Now then, one aspect of the recession you don't normally see in the headlines. It's claimed this morning that nearly half of us have experienced depressive symptoms during the economic downturn. That's up fourfold since the recession began. Sharon Morgan knows that feeling only too well. She lost her job, which meant she had to sell her house, and her teenage son then had to live with his grandmother.
Beginning of the recession, the company I was working for was really struggling. We were in the service industry, so we got hit first. I thought I was coping, but I obviously wasn't. You get to a point when you're rock bottom where you think you're just on your own in the world and you're a blip and you're not worth it, you're not worth helping. I've lost everything. I've lost my son, because my son, I had to ask his nan to look after him. I've lost my house, because I had to sell that. I lost my self-respect. It's embarrassing to say to people, you know, I used to work and have my house and my car, and now I've got nothing. I'm getting better now. Another year and I'll be fine.
Well, as you can see, Dr. Hilary joins me now, just clearing up on something else I'm going to ask him about in a tick. But let's first of all talk about that very depressing story there, very, very sad story indeed. But I suppose it's not surprising that in a recession people suffer from depression, or the symptoms of it as well.
If you look at something like the Holmes and Rahe stress rating scale, you'll find financial worries right at the top there in terms of the amount of stress it causes. If people are worried about debt, about the threat of redundancy, uncertainty relating to their jobs, they feel very anxious, and anxiety can lead to insomnia, and if those thoughts of gloom and despondency are all pervading and enduring, it can lead to depression. And what the study found from Roehampton University researchers is that about 4 to 5 more people than in the general population before the recession are feeling depressive symptoms.
And how does that show itself? How does that manifest itself to the wives and partners and children of the family?
Well, it could be irritability, it could be feelings of, there could be physical ailments that are increasingly common, it could be appetite changes, libido changes, low mood, sleeping disorders, any any of those things.
We all have those from time to time, don't we? About one or two of them maybe. So how do you determine when you've just got, say, you're feeling a bit low, and when you're actually depressed?
Mood swings are very common and very frequent, and we, on the balance of the happiness-sadness scale, you know, we fluctuate all the time. But when a low mood and those other symptoms are there all the time, persistently and for probably more than a few weeks, then you could say that somebody is heading towards clinical depression. And I would say, but you know, don't. Everyone's in the same boat. Don't just say there's nothing I can do. Talk to somebody, share the problem with somebody else. That really helps. And think positive. Don't lose perspective on life itself. Remind yourself what really makes you happy. Usually it's not material things. It's usually love, laughter, you know, spending time with loved ones, family and friends. And the important thing is your health, as well as everything else. Just
a very quick word about this story I was showing you a moment ago. Healthy Start. Try a fried breakfast. I mean, they now tell us bacon, sausage, eggs, black puddings even for breakfast is a good thing. I mean, who do you believe?
What you do with something like that is you go like this.
Really?
Yeah, because it's rubbish. I mean, it's rubbish to say that just eat it in the morning, it'll be all right. It's a bit like saying if you eat late at night, it'll make you fat. That's another myth.
I think that settles that one. Hilary, thanks very much indeed. I wish all your analysis were as clear as that. Thank you. Find out more information about depression we're talking about a moment ago, plus Dr. Hilary's online test by logging on to our website, gm.tv. Good to see you, Hilary.